to make sure that where are we? Right. So we need to move on quickly. Now, what is the role of a leadership in a project? An expert within the field, which I think I've mentioned this, but I will repeat it again in case we miss it. An expert within their field, a project leader can effectively make plans that support project goals and lead their team to perform efficiently. An exceptional project leader, which that is what we are all aiming at, is receptive to the feelings of their team members. They work diligently to keep their team engaged, motivated, and focused on the task at hand. I believe I have mentioned that before, but I'm just trying to remind you. Okay. Also want to say this. What is the role of a leader in a project quality improvement? Quality improvement. What is the role of leadership in project quality improvement? Leaders are necessary for setting improvement goals. And then, number one, equipping staff with methods and skills to reach those goals. Imagine you gather your staff together, you want them to carry out the goals, and they don't have enough equipment, or they are not equipped enough, they are not empowered enough, there is no enough tools. Tell me, where are we going from there? We are failing ourselves, and also our production or our project will not come up as a quality because we are not equipping our staff. Number two, building management structures and aligning system to support improvement. Very, very important. You need to build the management structures. Some people within the team can be the researcher or the marketer. That means they go out there and research. They go out there and test the product. And some people can be the strategist. That means bringing ideas that can be useful for our project. And some people can create a culture that promotes innovation and problem solving. So those people can be a critical thinkers, a creative thinkers, and innovative thinkers. You need all these people. You need all this in order for us to bring out the quality improvement in our project. Let me recap again. The first one is equipping the staff. Give them the right tools. Equip them. Know their strength and their skills so that you can assign them according to their ability and their expert. And then the second one is building managing structures. So like I said, you will have the researchers among you, you will have the marketers among you, they will have the strategies among you. And then the third one is creating a culture that promotes innovation and problem solving. Maybe you have to do regular meetings together, brainstorm some ideas, because nobody knows it all and nobody is perfect. Even as a leader, you might be the leader of a team, and some of your team members might know some ideas that can help us to carry out our project successfully, effectively. So we shouldn't belittle ourselves. So how do experienced project managers handle risks? The risk management process includes 5 steps. Identify, analyze, evaluate, treat, and monitor. You can mitigate risks by avoiding all these ones we've said yesterday, accepting, reducing, or transferring them. The key to a successful project lies in a thoughtful planning and management. Okay, remember we were talking earlier on about creating a culture that promotes innovation and problem solving. So now I'm going to tell you about embrace culture of continuous improvement. If you really want to do well and be successful, you have to embrace the culture of continuous improvement. One of the key points of improvement, continuous improvement, is learning. Keep learning, keep searching, keep reasoning, keep coming together to brainstorm. It's very important that we continue improving every day in our managing the team and managing the risks and managing the project. It's so very important. Where the culture embraces risk management is very, very important. So that should be the culture we need to embrace, the culture we need to emulate, the culture we need to adapt to. Continuous improvement is very important. Even if you've learned, even if you've got your degree, even if you have done everything you still have to continuously, because new thing can come up while you are improving yourself and learning. Like I always say, learning is lifelong. You don't know it all. There are new ideas, new creative. Have you heard it when they said that creativity rules the world? Why? Because of the continuous improvement, continuous living and learning. So, how important it is again for leadership in effective project management. How important it is that leadership in effective project management. How beautiful. From motivating team members and facilitating clear communication to making critical decisions and navigating uncertainty, strong leadership is the core of successful project manager. I remember, as we can recap, Dr. Omotola shared with us on motivating the team. Can somebody write on the chat box or raise your hand and tell us about facilitating clear communication? Facilitating clear communication. How do we understand that? Please, quickly, can somebody chat me up on the chat box? Can somebody write something? Or let me call on Professor Pavas from Bangladesh to tell us quickly on this statement of how can we facilitate clear communication in effective project management.
Thank you so much, respected madam. The point is here that in a project management, actually, what we understand that how can we just complete the task within a specific time, because our we need the input and we need the better output. So in this project management, the manager role is a very much important, because one thing is, remember all of us that the investor, those who are actually invest in a project, they are the investor. And if you are the leader, you are the
Mm,
manager, then you have to manage this thing according to the investor rules. Now come to the point of communication. In a clear communication of a project management, in a communication, we have the three rules. That is,
mm,
one is we just say that is called the sender, the responder, and in the middle of the communication, there is called the noise problem.
mm,
That is called the decoding and encoding thing. So in a project management, if the manager voice, if the manager message do not go properly to the task employees, then there is a communication barrier. Then
mm,
the task will not easily and completely sustain or easily complete. For that reason, many projects are failure without without a proper communication. So communication is a very much important in a project management. Thank you, madam.
mm. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. Professor Pavas from Bangladesh. Really appreciate your input. It's very, very, very important. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And also, I've seen a lot of contribution regarding that. Ambassador Agnes, embrace culture to continuously improve learning, coming together to bring brainstorm good communication. Yes, absolutely. Making plans to support the project. Yes, respective to the team, good communication. Absolutely. It's just relating to what Professor Pavas also has shared with us. And Dr. Lawson Tom, the founder and the president of PCCF, where we are on this platform, he also said strong communication skills are key for project managers, guiding complex team dynamics and meeting stakeholders' needs. This include listening well, clear messaging, yes, which is very important, and respecting different culture and opinion, if I may add to that. So thank you so much, sir, Dr. Lansing Tom. And okay, Dr. Omotola also said, from a project manager to facilitate communication means ensuring that clear, timely, and effective information flows among all stakeholders involved in the project. You just said it, just as Professor Pavas have said it as well. This involves setting up appropriate communication channel, actively listening, clarifying, and then avoid misunderstanding, encouraging collaboration, and providing regular updates to keep everyone, minimizing confusion, and and ensure that decisions are made based on accurate shared information. Thank you so much, Dr. Omotola. And also, Mr. is also saying, Mr. Richard Ja, thanks for this topic on communication, which is the key in project implementation. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much for your contribution. Oh, wow, we are doing very well. The next one, also, I would like somebody to contribute on the chat box or to say it, is making critical decision together with navigating uncertainty. Can somebody help us in that area, please? Quickly, let me repeat. Making critical decision and navigating uncertainties. Okay. Does anybody want to help us in that line, please? Okay. Let me call on Ambassador Desoji. Are you here with us to contribute to what I've said? Ambassador Oluwatobi Oyedemi, are you here with us to contribute to what I just said? We just want you to emphasize it. Yes, it's a very interesting topic, but can you please share with us what you know about it? Critical decision making is very important in carrying out and managing projects. So, can somebody help us in that area? Navigating the uncertainty. I'm listening, I'm reading, I'm listening. Before I call somebody to help us here, please be the leader that wants to encourage us to learn. I'm not seeing anything on the chat box apart from Ambassador Adesoji. I just want somebody to, okay, that question necessitates the needs for needs assessment in any project and analyzing the risks. Thank you so much, Professor. That's not my, that's just it. Thank you so much, Ambassador Oluwatobi Oyedemi. And also, Mrs. Elizabeth said, critical decision making requires the leader to analyze the situation thoroughly. Okay, from there, they must weigh the available options and finally make the best choice. Often, that choice must be made under intense pressure. Thank you so much, ma'am. Oh, thank you so much. Very, very important. What can we say as well to uncertainty? How can we navigate uncertainty? Because I know that that one can come in at any time. This is uncertainty that you didn't plan for, but it's occurs. So, what can we do to navigate that? I would like Dr. Lawson to bail me out on that. If the internet is good at the moment for this end, Dr. Lawson, okay, think it's a matter of the internet. Okay, so is anybody going to help me on that before we move on? It's very important. Very, very important. Navigating uncertainty. Navigating uncertainty. Dr. Omotola, can you bail us out on that, please? Yes, Dr. Rich. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, Ambassador Richard, making critical decisions and navigating uncertainty requires a structured approach. It involves identifying the decision, gathering information, exploring alternatives, evaluating options, and making the choice. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Dr. Lawson also said, embrace flexibility and adaptability in decision making to respond effectively to changing circumstances. Oh, yes. So we get prepared for uncertainty. Seek input from diverse perspectives and gather as much information as possible to make informed decisions. Practice mindfulness and self-awareness to manage emotions. Very, very important. Emotions and reduce the impact of uncertainty on decision making. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, I believe we are doing well. Thank you so much for your contribution. So let's move on. How does leadership affect project success? How does leadership affect project success? Leaders should exhibit resilience in the face of challenges, promoting a problem-solving mindset within the team. By championing a culture of accountability, continuous improvement, learning from both success and failures, effective leadership becomes a driving force being behind project success. I think this is very, very important. And guess what I'm going to do? Guess what I'm going to do is very, very important, and I want people to know this. So I myself am going to put it on the chat box for us to comment on it. And I'm waiting for everyone on this chat box to please comment on this, my statement. Have I sent it? Okay. Leaders should exhibit resilience. What do you understand by that? In the face of challenges. Promoting a problem-solving mindset within the team. That's number 2. By championing a culture of accountability and learning from both success and failures. Effective leaders become a driving force behind project success. So we've mentioned one, exhibit resilience in the face of challenge. What do you understand by that? Please type it on the chat box or speak to us. Number two, promoting a problem-solving mindset within the team. How do you do that? I want somebody also to help me on that. Championing a culture of accountability and continuous improvement, learning from both successes and failures. So I want somebody else also to chat on that. Please, quickly. If you want to speak, please raise your hand up and say something. And if you want to type it on the chat box, please do. Let us work together. For those that just joined us again, there is a challenge. There is a questions that I've thrown to the team because we are all in one team of learning together. And I want you to I want you to explain more about it for us to understand. So we have number one, how do we exhibit resilience in the face of challenges? I want people to help me on that. How do you promote problem-solving mindset within the team? And the last one, how do we champion a culture of accountability, continuous improvement, and learning from both success and failures? I want somebody else also to comment on that, please. Thank you. So let me see what my great leaders are helping me with. Okay, Mrs. Elizabeth Vantage said, leadership is a crucial component in driving project success. Okay, the way a leader guides, influences, and motivates their team can determine the efficiency, quality, and timeliness of project completion. Okay, so leadership style in particularly define the approach leaders use to manage people, tasks, and each style has its own impact on the team's morale, productivity, okay, and the overall project outcome. In this article, we explore various leadership styles and how they affect the success of projects. Amazing leadership style. I believe some of us, maybe I should ask one question out of this statement from Mrs. Elizabeth. And the question is, do you know any leadership style? Number one, I will be the first to answer that, and I want others to also tell me more about any leadership styles they know. The first one I know is transformational leadership. Okay, let others help me out. Mr. Richard, leadership should directly impact team performance, motivate, and bring about project outcomes. Mrs. Elizabeth again, okay, she's saying done well, she have to move on. Okay, that's fine. Right, okay. So I asked one question from Mrs. Elizabeth's last statement. What type of leadership do you know? Write them down. I've mentioned one, transformational leadership. That's number one. Can somebody also tell us more? We have about 6 of them. So I know you've done leadership before. Training and courses and master classes. So can somebody please mention autocratic? Thank you so much, Mr. Oyedemi. Thank you so much. Please, let my chat box be working fast. Democracy, yes. Democratic, yes. Yes, we have. That's number 3. Any other person that knows the transactional? Thank you so much. Am I here with Ambassador Joseph, please? I know you know. Uh, okay. I haven't heard from Mr. Kenneth yet, so please respond. I also need Nati Oben Eben. We are all together learning from one another. So please chat on my chat box. Please type something. We are talking about the leadership styles. Leadership styles. So, okay, servant leadership. Thank you, sir, Professor Purvis. Okay. Ambassador Agnes, I want you to also respond. Professor Tikpa, any type of leadership you know, sir? I know Professor Tikpa might be on the background and is also in a meeting, so he might not be able to. Okay, peace setting leadership, coaching leadership, servant leadership. There are more. Thank you so much, Mrs. Elizabeth. Okay, Mr. Kenneth, I'm still yet to hear from you. Ambassador Adesoji, I'm still yet to, because I know all of us, we are all leaders. So what kind of style are you using to lead others? To lead the team or to lead people? That's what I'm asking. Please respond. Uh, what's the meaning of feel or kill leadership? Please explain to us, sir. Professor Favers, please explain that to us. That is new to me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, madam. Basically, in the portfolio management, it's one of the core finance uh, course. So, in a
Okay.
portfolio management, we have one kind of leader in a stock market that is called feel or kill leadership. Because
Okay.
when yes, because this is the term from the stock market. So this type of leader actually work on the stock market, like the share market. So they actually maintain that when the market is up and market is down, at that time they take the decision that how can the investor money wellly managed. So that's why they are called the feel or kill leadership. Yes.
Okay. Now I understand. You see, we are all learning. This is my first time of of learning that one. Thank you so much, sir. And also we have participatory leadership. Participatory leadership. Can you please explain that to me, please? Yeah, I'm still using English, so what do you mean? Participatory leadership. Mr. Richard, can you explain that to me, please? Ambassador Agnes, thank you so much. Peaceful
Yes, please.
leadership. Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah, so what I mean by participatory leadership, as a leader, you always have to involve your people in decision making.
Mm,
Don't just take decision without the involvement or hearing from the people what they have to say, because there are some kind of leaders, whatever they say, it should be the final. And this kind of leadership is, I think I call it autocratic leadership.
mm,
So I think when you involve people into leadership, then you are seeking their consent. That's what
mm.
I mean by participatory leadership. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, sir. And I really appreciate you, Mr. Richard. Thank you so much. Yes, Mrs. It's a Mr., because I can't see your video, so I don't know if it's Mr. and Mrs. Enu Michael Undoka, charismatic leadership. Amazing. Can you explain to us, please, what is charismatic leadership?
Yeah, thank you so much, Prof. Charismatic, can you hear me? Can I be heard,
Yes,
please?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, charismatic leadership has to do with the styles that involves the leader's charm, his persuasiveness, ability to convince, those of his followers and get them to do what they are supposed to do. You know, most times it doesn't have to do with there are some leaders that actually use a hard hand on their members, but he knows the style that best works for the particular individual. So that's what I understand by charismatic.
Thank you so
It's a
much, sir.
unique style. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much,
Thank
sir. I
you.
really appreciate that. Now I know. You see, I'm also learning. I've learned so many leadership this morning. We have the feel and kill leadership. We have the preparatory leadership, and we also have charismatic leadership. Our participatory leadership and charismatic leadership. You see, we are all learning. Probably I only know of 6. Now I've extended my knowledge to know extra 2 or 3. You see, that is more reason why we have to really be active on this our learning diploma, because the more we involve, the more we participate, the more we ask questions and answer questions, the more we gain better understanding. And when we gain better understanding, that is the way that will help us to imply or to apply or to implement what has been said. So thank you so much. Really well. Okay, so let's move on. I want to share this one with you. So, how does leadership contribute to success? As you can see yourself, just see yourself in these small pictures. I can see, in a spiritual realm, I can see Dr. Motala, Professor Favers, gathered together in these our pictures here. Okay, right. Sharing and learning and borrowing from Senior Height University for their 10 reasons leadership is important in the workplace. How does leadership contribute to success? Any success. It could be projects, it could be anything. Any organization, whether it is a business, school, or government agency, needs leaders to help guide the way. So leaders provide direction and vision. Leaders motivate and inspire others. And leaders help create an environment conducive to success by promoting communication and collaboration among team members. Right. There is a key word we've been mentioning all this. We have the direction, the vision, the motivation, inspire. We've talked about it, but there's one particular thing that we've not really mentioned, and that is collaboration. Collaboration. Very, very important. Do you know that our lesson today is a sign of collaborating together to learn and to share? Simple as that. I didn't come here to come and tell you that, yes, this is what I know. No, we're here collaborating together, sharing and learning from one another. The same thing happens in projects. Because you are the leader doesn't mean that you know it all. Because you're a leader doesn't mean you should impose your own ideas. Probably you have 20 or 10 in your team. How do you expect all those remaining 19 and 9 to just focus on your own ideas? So we should incorporate this collaboration by working together. So, like I said, your ideas is very unique. Somebody else in the team's idea is also very unique. When you say that this is the way you know, you've studied, you've marketed it, you've researched it, yes. But do you know that the same way you've done it, one or two people also in the team must have done it? You come up with your findings, they came up with their own findings. But when we now bring all our ideas together by brainstorming, then we can have a better picture of how we want to carry out the project effectively. So it's very important that we look into collaborating ourselves. Not only that, this kind of project we are doing, somebody somewhere else has already been successful in carrying out another project that is similar to the one that you want to do. For example, maybe you want to do the road project, road construction project. If you are the kind of person that has connection with the Western world or connection with individuals, maybe some of the successful ones out there, you can relate with them. How? Number one, you can connect with them. You can network with them. You can look out for their books because some of them must have already written their steps they've taken to carry out their own construction. So for example, if somebody here in UK has constructed my road here in where I live, and I'm into that project, I'm into being the leader of another project in Africa, or even in Asian, or even Asian country, or even anywhere in Europe, my duty as a leader is to look out, launch out, connect, read, watch videos of others that are doing the same thing in another country. If it's possible and you connect with them, ask questions. How do you cope when there is any emergency or uncertainty? How do you cope when there is challenges? These are the key questions that you need to learn. Remember that as a leader, it is your duty to share both the success and the failures. We cannot shy away from failing, but we can learn from our failures. It's so easy to learn from our success. What about our failures? So these are the things that we need to do when we are connecting with others, collaborating with others. So I believe that you've all learned one thing or the other. Now, one question that somebody asks, and I'm going to throw that questions to Dr. Lonson, if he's still with us, if the connection is good, should also be able to manage, okay, I thought it's a question, okay, manage challenges and use such challenges as an opportunity. I just said it. Don't look at it that you are alone. Look at it that we are together. So launch out, look deep, and see opportunities of learning from others. If possible, you can even be invited to come and see their project that they have done successfully. That grows your mindset, because what you see feeds your mind. What you hear feeds your mind. What you read feeds your mind. What you watch, video or so, feeds your mind. And the mindset is the epicenter of a man or a woman. It dictates the action, it dictates your performances, it dictates your relationship, your relating, your communication. It dictates how you motivate others. It dictates how well you understand the project itself. So it's very, very important. So let's move on because I will soon finish. We've already spent almost 2 hours. I think I should stop. Dr. Lonson, what do you think? Is Dr. Lonson here?
Excellent, ma.
I just watch my time and I think, oh my God, it's 12 o'clock. Shall I stop?
Well, it depends. your syllabus is over. If it is over, no problem. But if it is not over, continue.
Oh dear. All right. Okay, let me ask the audience. Do you want me to continue or do you want me to stop? I need response from the audience. The president of PCCF has said, if I still have enough to give, I should continue. We've spent 2 hours already. So what will my audience, what is your response? Do you want me to continue or do you want me to stop? Please respond to me quickly, please. Professor Pavas from Blanca said continue. Dr. Obatala said continue. Well, that's number 2 out of 13. Um, okay, Mr. Inu. Michael says continue. That's number 3. We still have about 10. I don't know because we are the majority, we carry the votes. So let me know if you still want me to continue. I promise within 30 minutes I will finish. Continue, Mr. Kenneth. Okay. uh, okay, Mrs. Elizabeth. Okay. Ambassador Agnes said I can continue. I don't know what Mrs. Elizabeth is saying, if she still want me to continue or not. Okay. All right. So we have about 6 already telling me to continue. So what is Ambassador Joseph saying? Should I continue? Nati Oben, should I continue? Ambassador Adesoji Talabi, should I continue? Please, I just need about 2 more and then I will know if I should continue or not. 2 people more to respond. Should I continue or should I stop? Please answer quickly. Very, very important. Please, I'm waiting so that I can utilize the extra time you want to give me. Okay. All right. One more. I want somebody else to say, continue, ma. Okay. One more person and then I will continue. Thank you so much for enjoying our teaching today. I'm also enjoying your presence. I'm enjoying your participation. I'm enjoying your involvement. I'm enjoying your contribution. I'm also learning. So that is amazing. Okay, so let's continue, but I'm going to show my slides. Yes, I've borrowed this statement from DOIT, doit.maryland.gov. Successful projects are those that meet business requirements, delivered and maintained on schedule, that's time. The first one is scope. The second one is time. Had delivered and maintained within budget, that is funding, deliver the expected business value and return on investment, ROI. So, what does success looks like in a project? I will repeat myself. Meet business requirement, that is scope, your expectation, their expectation, how you want to satisfy your stakeholders. Then the second one is delivered and maintained on schedule time. How long do you want to carry out the project? And have you set up the time? Sometimes the time can slightly change because of uncertainty, but not too obvious. So then the next one is maintain and deliver within the budget. Even that one as well, because of uncertainty and any emergency that can come up. But we just prepared, well prepared, and making sure that the budget we have set up is above the budget. The budget we have set up, that the budget must be above what we have set, so that we can prepare ourselves for uncertainty and also any other emergency. It could be rain, weather, climate change. It could be that, or it could be the leaders as themselves not being to be able to meet the target. It could be lack of personnel. So many reasons can come up, and we might want to spend more or invest more. Then the last one is deliver the expected business values and the return on investment, ROI. So, how to determine if a project is successful? I've decided to show the slides because I want to finish up within a short period. To answer this question, how do you measure success? Let's explore this most critical key success indicator in project management. Like we always say, project scope is very important. Timeline and milestone completion. Budget compliance. Quality of deliverable. Stakeholders and client satisfaction. Then to us as a company on its own, return on investment, ROI. And this I borrowed from E.O. Johnson Business Technologies. Okay, so what is the best leadership style for project management? Remember, I was asking about I was asking you to write to respond on different different styles of leadership. Okay, so according to brightworks.com, on their 6 management leadership style, they said, that is their own opinion, so you can take it or leave it. Affiliative leadership is a common management style among project managers and positively impact the project team. It builds strong relationships and prioritizes digital communication tools to maintain team cohesion, especially in remote work setting. If I may say, I think the affiliative can be partnering, can be collaboration, so that what we know, we can know more than what we know by also learning from other organizations. That is my own understanding about this affiliative leadership. But if you know more better about this affiliative leadership, please type on the chat box and let us learn from one another. Okay, 10 reasons why project fails. Wow, well, I'm rounding up now, like I said. So 10 reasons why project fails. As a leader, you need to know. You know the reason why that project fails and what are the solutions. I might be mentioning some of the project, why project fails, but you need to research more on how can you solve this problem. So, unclear goals and objective, which is true. Remember, some of my leaders on this platform have already emphasized it. Communication is very vital. If the people working with you, if the stakeholders, even the clients did not understand what you're doing, or they don't understand, or even your team do not understand the goals and objectives of that project, it's most likely the project will fail. Lack of resources planning, poor communication across the organization, inadequate stakeholders management, poorly defined project scope, So you need to define it clearly for everyone that is involved or that will be involving or that will benefit from it to understand. Why do you want to build or construct that road? Why is it necessary? Recently, they had this discussion, various discussions on the road between Lagos and Calabar. So what is your intake? What is your view about that? Who will benefit from that? How long is it going to take? Do we have the resources and the funding for it? Is it our priority? So these are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. So poorly defined project scope and inaccurate cost and time estimate. Inadequate risk management. What are the risks in carrying out the project? You want to construct a road. What will be the risks around it? What are the dangers? Because I believe one of it is maybe some of the co-tenants or the residents around that area will face the loss of their property. So that's one risk. So how are we going to solve that? How are we going to manage it properly for them to understand the benefit of this road? And also, what are you putting in place to supplement, to help them? Now they are losing their road. They are losing their property for the road that will benefit all. So what are you giving them in return? So these are the questions. And then inexperienced project managers. That's the more reason why when you are employing any project managers, you need to see beyond the book or the guidelines or the process or the procedure before you employ the manager. Did they really understand the project? Do they have experience of such projects? Do they understand the project itself that they want to carry on, manage, and the kind of team that they're going to build? Do they understand even the organization's expectation, the stakeholders, and the clients? Because if you don't understand these people, you cannot satisfy them, or they cannot be satisfied. They cannot be satisfied. So these are the projects. If you don't look at all this, then you will struggle with the project management or leading the projects. So let me also say it from Proof Hub's project management and team collaboration tools. Just like similar to what I've just said. They just had one or two things to it. Unclear goals and objectives, lack of resources planning, poor communication, inadequate stakeholders management, poorly defined project scope, inaccurate cost, the inadequate risk management, inexperienced project managers. You see, it's just related to what I just said earlier. Unrealistic expectation as well. And monitoring and controlling. We need to keep going back and evaluate it and monitor what is going on and control the system. Because if not, we are already in a track of failing. But as I round up in a few minutes, what can be done to minimize project failure as a leader? What can we do? Plan diligently. Identify loopholes. Check your resources. set realistic expectations, track project progress, communicate well, use the correct methodologies. Very important. I'm going to ask questions quickly and then we round up. So tomorrow, not tomorrow now, on the 28th of May will be my final. It's during the week. If we can come back in the morning, that will be fine. And then we'll be able to deep into what is a crisis in project management and how do we solve it. So that I will leave. But let's go back quickly to these questions. The first one, which I want you to answer quickly, is your 10 reasons why project fails. That's the first one. And if you can, in the process, also mention the solution, that would be great. So I'm just going to show you the slides, put the slides down, and let us answer that within 3 minutes. And then I will round up. So the first question is, why project fails and the solution. We have a lot of that. So if you can just see and then answer the question. And then this one also will help you in how do we minimize project failure. We don't want to say, how do we stop the failure? We can say something like, how do we solve the problem? How do you solve the problem? How do we solve the project failures? How do we minimize it? But we can't stop it, but minimize it. Okay, so my dear leaders, I need all your questions. All your answers. 10 reasons why project fails and solution. Yes. How do we minimize project failure? Thank you, Dr. Motola, reminding us of the question. So quickly, we have 3 minutes to answer this question. This is our last bit. This is our last questions. And I want everyone on this platform to please contribute. If you want to speak, raise your hand. If you want to type it, please do. Let us round up with your questions on 10 reasons why project fails and the solution, and how do we minimize project failure. Okay, right. I'm waiting. We have only 3 minutes to do this so that I can round up and hand over to Dr. Lonson. Quickly. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Richard. Project failure has many factors. X, unclear objective, scope, creep, unrealistic expectations, and poor communication. Thank you so much. What is your solutions? So please type your solutions. Okay, I want everybody to contribute on this. We have 3 minutes, 3 good minutes to do this. Quickly. Okay. Yes, Ambassador Agnes.
Yeah, project failure comes when there's lack of communication,
Okay.
lack of research, and financing, planning properly how the project is going to cost, how much it's going to cost, because you can never guess exactly what a project is going to cost. And the weather conditions is very important. If you're doing road construction, you should always build around when you can't control nature, but you can do a road construction in rainy season. So you have to work around those things. And how do we solve it? Is by doing a proper research, by going out there and making sure and checking the market out, and good communication with your staff, and know their strength, who belongs where, and how to work as a team. And being a leader, you have to set an example. Communication and example is always work, and the morale of the staff that will help you to reach your goal.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Agnes. That's fantastic on communication. Very, very important how to communicate what we want to do, our project. and every other thing. I really, really appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much. Let's also go into okay. Yes, let me read Dr. Motola as well. The solutions to all project failures is making use of SMART rules. Projects should be specific, measurable, alternate, reliable, and time management. I'm gonna come back to you, Dr. Motola, because I want you to elaborate on these SMART rules. So before then, Mrs. Elizabeth Vandy, yes, ma'am. What do you have to say about the problems and the solution?
Yes, why do projects fail? Mostly is for our discussion, we said inadequate costs and time estimate. Sometimes you don't have the exact amount or you don't know. Sometimes or the project manager will come in and tell you this is the cost for this or project. At the end of the day, you will have a lot of loops and a lot of setback within it. At the end of the day, the work will not go on. Another reason, again, it could be the poor communication from that. It could be poor communication because lack of communication, telling the person, okay, this is the price I gave you before, but now this price has increased. So based on this, we have to increase the materials. So that is another reason. So we say that unclear goals and objectives, probably the owner of the project does not have a clear goal of what they want. So knowing that what they don't know what they want exactly, want to explain what or just a hint to the project manager now will decide for them. So due to that, project also fail because sometimes when the project manager comes in with what he has on mind, then the owner of the work will come and say, no, I don't want this. This is not what I meant. So due to this reason too, the projects fail. So to set that, you have to check the resources, then you track the project while going through, you also communicate well. All these things can help us to carry on a proper project.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Mrs. Elizabeth. Thank you so much. You want to say something else?
No, ma'am, sorry.
Okay. Thank you so much for contributing. Amazing, amazing. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I also want to read another one. Okay, all right. Okay, firstly, let's listen to Dr. Motola to tell us quickly about the SMART rules in terms of project management. How do we do that? Dr. Omotola.
All right, Ma, thank you so much for the opportunity. Once again, you have said it all. And talking about project management, you should know that in the various aspects of life and our workplaces, we have project managers because we are able to manage one project or the other. Even in school, you managing your students makes you a project manager. Even as a clergyman in the church or mosque, you are a project manager. So talking about SMART rule, it is a powerful tool used to set clear and effective project goals, that is to help in maximizing or minimizing failure. No one is perfect, like I've always said. Irrespective of any project you want to embark on, you should be able to make alternatives. That is, if plan A do not work, plan B should work. And that is where SMART rule comes in. You should be able to make sure that your goals, your goals and objectives should be specific. Define a specific and clear goal. Everyone involved should understand what is to be achieved in this project. Why do we need to embark on this project? What are our aims and objectives towards achieving this project? Then talking about the measurable aspects, this has to do with the progress of the project. As what are those things? The data, either quantifiable or quality, aspects of it that we need to make sure that the project is successful. Then talking about the A aspect, which is attainable, goals must be realistic. The project must be a project that you know you should be able to achieve within a limited time frame that you have set for yourself. It must be realistic. Take for instance, a student who is still in secondary school should not be attaining for a goal of a car, buying of a car. Tell me, what did the student want to use a car to do? So invariably, your project should be based on what you know it is attainable and will be consumed by the stakeholders around you or either in the future. Then reliable. When we talk about reliable, that is, the project must be consistent, and even those people that are going to work with you, they must be trustworthy, and they should have a vision aligned with the project. It's not that you should be saying A, they should be saying B. Your stakeholders, your team members should have the same vision, the same trustworthy, consistent vision with you so that the project will be attained. And the last one is time management. Oh, as they always say, time is money. Every of the ticks of the clock is what is time. So your project should be set within a speculated time. You must be able to set a time frame at which you want to achieve your goal. That's more the reason why most projects, they usually have short and long time goals. So your project should be limited with a time and ability for you to be able to carry it out effectively within that stipulated time you have set for yourself. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Omotola Shobowale. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for explaining to us the smart rules for, especially in the area of project management. Is very, very important. Specific, measurable, attainable, reliable, and time management. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Okay, then the last but not the least is Professor Pavas of contributed as well. Restructuring your team, consult, outsource the project, prepare for anything, and revitalize that project, summing it all up. And I would like Professor Purvis to please quickly explain to us about this restructuring our team. He mentioned of consult, he mentioned of outsource the project, which is very important. We haven't talked about it since morning. We want him to say, prepare anything. Yes, that one we have. And then the last one, revitalize that project, summing it all up. So, Professor Pavas, in 2 seconds, can you please explain to us?
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you so much, madam. Basically, the point is here that why the project is failure, actually, the project is failure because of the leadership, because of the time management, because of the cost structuring. That is, you already explained about the ROI, that return on investment, and we also calculate the ROA, the return on asset, and also many financial calculation. Now the point is here that if the project is failure, then we should restructure the project. That we should just remove it, or we restructuring this project, that yes, we just minimize something and add something and restructure it, and we again start that project. This is another way. And another point is here that we can also get our resource from outsource. Like in our in-house, there are some lackings. So if we just get our resource from outsource, then we again restructure the project and we prepare them again. And we prepare anything of the project with the help of outsourcing. And at last, actually, we monitoring and summarizing everything that what actually we do for and why the causes that our project is failure. And so this is called the cost benefit analysis. So in this way, actually, we minimize the risks of the project. And if the project is failure, then at first we just do not remove it. We just analyze this, and then we again start the project with our limited resource. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's very, very important. I really want to appreciate our great leader from Bangladesh, the president and the founder of Independent Perception and Research Hubs, which I am also one of their leader there. And I want to say we do not take your time for granted, sir. Thank you so much for coming to learn, to share, and also for us to impart our lives together. I really appreciate that. Okay, so we are about to round up. And let me also say, I'm going to, I just want Dr. Ambassador Agnes to get ready to do the closing prayer for this section, because Dr. Tom will not be able to rejoin again because of the connection. And I would like Dr. Omotola to round up. I didn't hear anything from, I don't know if I hear from Ambassador Adesoji, but let me first of all respond to, I think the lack of these 5 C's is what leads to the successful. That is from Mr. Kenneth. Failure of any project, both online and in person. Number 1, communication. Number 2, collaboration, creativity, character, and critical thinking. Okay. In 1 second, may I invite Mr. Kenneth, can you speak on this occasion? If you can't speak, that's all right. We can get the information clearly on the chat box. Can you speak, sir, Mr. Kenneth? If not, that's all right. Okay, so we need to round up. Professor Tickpack, are you back? Okay, so
yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for rejoining us again. We are about to round up now, and I want to say thank you
You are
to
asking me to
all
talk?
Yes, can you? Yeah. So we just want you to expand your statement on what you think about the C's that is leading to successful failure, and also to give us the solution quickly in 2 seconds, please, quickly.
Yes, talking about communication. The lack of effective communication can be the successful failure of any project. Sometimes project managers don't communicate both on site and out of site. Maybe there's a meeting, or there's a shortage in tools or in working environment, or maybe some incoming. So the lack of communication will make the team not to be up to date with information. Then when it comes to collaboration, many a time we feel we are over educated, we know all, so we don't take people's suggestion or idea into consideration. So as an end result, it can also contribute to project failure. And we talk about creativity. There are times you have to just create an environment where everybody will feel safe and feel free to express an idea, and make them to know that the idea they are giving you, it will be used. Even if you're not being used at that point in time, but in the other time, it will also be used. Then one major one is character. Character will help you to carry on your project, or it will help you to decline a project. There are certain phases, by the time you put it on project, people will never feel safe, people will never feel satisfied to be with that character because of that identical person you put. They get bad record, they have bad track record in society, so people don't trust them. So for the project to be effectively executed, you should look out for character, people with moral standing, people who come with equity, people who lay their life on the line in time, in years to go, and even time to come, they are not willing to compromise that character. Like in the era of bribery, in the area of corruption. So we gotta take that too.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Kenneth. You've really explained it clearly to us to understand. I really appreciate that. So I keep on saying finally, but I still want to invite Mr. Richard on the solution can be focused on robust planning, define clear goals, manage your scope effectively, and ensure your proper resource allocation. Notwithstanding, maintain transparency with stakeholders. Do you want to expand on that before we end today's program? Today's masterclass. Mr. Richard, do you want to comment on your statement, or is that okay for now? Mr. Richard, quickly. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. All right. So this is where we're going to end today's program. So thank you so much all for contributing and making this my lesson this morning very artistic, very presentative, and also very entertaining. I really appreciate you all for contributing to this our program today. This is where we will end all the program, and I want Dr. Omotola to quickly do the closing remark and Ambassador Agnes to do the closing prayer. Quickly. Thank you so much, Dr.
Okay,
Omotola.
ma, can you hear me?
Yes, we
Okay, ma,
can hear
thank you
you
so much,
quickly. Closing remark,
my amazing
quickly.
team. On behalf of the prestigious founder of this organization, Dr. Tom, we are saying a very big thank you, ma, for this wonderful presentation lecture you have done. Sincerely speaking, it was indeed amazing. It got to a stage I was lost. I was lost in excitement that wow, look at how mommy is what? She's just flowing. And you can see everyone we're saying, ma, continue. That's a brilliant one. Thank you so much. I will pray the Lord will continue to strengthen you, give you more courage to be able to educate with the youth the more in Jesus' name. And also
Amen.
for the participants, audience that have find time to be in this diploma masterclass, we say thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you, and we do not take your presence for granted. Thank you. And on behalf of other executives, leaders, we are saying thank you so much. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, ma. I just want to also seize this opportunity to call on Mrs. Elizabeth Vandy because she also has really contributed to this our section today, and she also owned my book on mass mindset, which I'm going to send to Dr. Lansing to present it to her as a very first person to respond to my question this morning. So I would like her to also do the closing remarks if she's still with us, and then we hand over to Ambassador Agnes. So Mrs. Elizabeth Vandit.
Thank you very much, Doc. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I want to say thank you for the time, and I'm so much delighted for this opportunity. Well, I want to say thank you to Prestige for the great opportunity. This lesson is truly amazing. To admit, I'm a medical student, but for where I am now, I think I'm not misplaced in any form. I want to say thank you to you too, Dr. Lucas, for the book.
Thank
And
you.
I'm so much excited to receive this book because I know from this book I'm going to get other important information that will help me throughout my life. And I'll be able to transfer these information to other people as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mrs. Elizabeth Vandit. Okay, over to you, Ambassador Agnes Fortune, for our closing prayer, ma'am.
Okay. Can we close our eyes?
Yes, please.
Yes. Oh, Heavenly Father, we come to you today with a joyful heart. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Heavenly Father, thank you for Dr. Lucas, Dr. Tom, and everybody that participated in making this training a success, this masterclass a success. Lord, I just say thank you for opening our minds, for us to take in what we have learned today and go into the word and use it. We say thank you for our families, our friends, and all those that have supported us. Just want to say thank you, Lord, and let everybody have a wonderful weekend. And we'll resume again, and we'll continue to learn only by your special grace. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. And for us to close this afternoon, firstly, I would like to say that I'm coming back on the 28th of May to do my final section. Please be prepared for your questions. Please also be ready to answer all my questions. Please attend on time, 10 o'clock, and also please get better understanding and start applying what you've learned. Can I also quickly, this information is very important, from Dr. Lawson, the president of PCCF. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that information, but I just want to read it out. Good evening, wonderful people of Project Management course. This message is to inform each and every one of you whose intention is to elevate yourself in this project management field. Prestige Croissant consulting firm is announcing a 1-month advanced diploma in project management course. So this course will commence after this course. I hope I'm not involving because I need my rest. This course will commence after this course. More updates will be given to each and every one of you. So the course, they need to review that because I don't agree. You can't do advanced course with $13 USA. I know we are all youth leaders, but at the same time, you can invest more if you want to gain the advance. So I need to discuss with him on that. I do not agree on that. That's something. This is advance we are talking about. An advance is equivalent to HNC. So, and that one you can use it to gain contract, you can use it to gain admission to university or colleges, you can use it to gain employment and many, many more. So, and it's going to be both theory and practical. So you have to have in mind, if you're going to register with this advance, you have to have in mind any project, big project that you need to involve. It doesn't really necessarily your project. It could be a collaboration of a bigger project in the country where you are or your town. So it's going to be both practical and theory. And there will be an examination as well with it. So I don't think that course is reasoning with the diploma advance. Okay, so let me continue. Note that everyone studying this diploma level, the level you are in, let's put it on elementary stroke intermediate, study this level is qualified to go for an advanced level. So you are all qualified. Congratulations. If you are interested, do well to do your registration by making your payment, or you are free to start your payment as soon as possible. Remember, the payment written on the platform needs to be reviewed. I believe the information will be passed on to the president. And let us all keep learning. Learning is living, learning is lifelong, and the more you learn, the more you gain, the more you are perfect, the more your performance is getting better, and the more the quality of the management of your project. So thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you all. Thank you, sir, Ambassador Adesoji Y.Y.C.I Talabi from Brazil. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, sir, Professor Tikpak from Canada, although he's doing his conference in another country at the moment, which he has mentioned earlier on. Thank you, sir, for joining us. And thank you for Ambassador Agnes from Liberia, Dr. Omotola from Nigeria, Nati Oben Eben from Liberia, I guess. I know Michael from Nduka should be from Nigeria, and Ambassador Dr. or Mr. Richard. I don't know where you are from. Mrs. Elizabeth, with the sound of your voice, I guess you are from either Sierra Leone or Liberia. Ambassador Joseph from Liberia or Sierra Leone. So I want to say thank you. Okay, Liberia, right. So thank you all for joining us. Okay, Mr. Richard is from Liberia. Okay, Mrs. Elizabeth from Liberia. Oh my God, everybody is from Liberia. Where are my Nigerians and my South Africans? It's because they are ambassador in the house. So that is why. So we need to protest. Next time we are doing this kind of program, we want to see at least 10 people from all over the country of Africa. And then 10 people from USA, UK.
Thank you for the presentation.
What did you say, Ambassador Joseph?
Presentation. Thank you so much for the presentation. I highly appreciate it.
Okay, so I can guess your your voice now is from either Sierra Leone or Liberia. Am I right, sir?
Yeah.
Liberia. Oh, well.
I'm
Wow.
from Liberia.
Oh my God, Liberia are taking over. Please,
Yeah.
Dr. Motola, do justice to it from Nigeria. Ambassador Talabi from Brazil, please invite more people to join us. Professor Dikpa from Canada, we believe the next time you won't be the only one joining us on this, our program, and many, many more. Good, good, good. Thank you all. We appreciate you for joining us this morning. And Nati Oben Ebe and also Eno Michael Unduka. Thank you all for joining us. So on this note, on 12:49, that means 49 past 12. I'm ending this program for today. And if you want to recap the video, the notes will be available this evening on the platform, on the WhatsApp platform. Please make use of it, make a comment, recap what you've learned, and take action. May God bless you all. Bye.